All right, we're underway in our first quarterfinal for the women's 1,000 meters. Courtney Sarro, Jade Quevillon, Karina Momini, Juliette Brain-Amour, and Ricky Doak in this race. Doak in the front right now. Brain-Amour in second. Momini, who is advanced from the last round for some contact in third. Moving on the outside is Quevillon. Sarro, our third overall skater so far right now, and sitting in fifth place. Now moving into fourth in front of Momini. Doak from New Brunswick continuing to lead. Two skaters from New Brunswick in this race, Sarro and Doak. And Sarro moving up now. So the pace picks up here. 4.5 laps to go. It's Brain-Amour leading Doak. Sarro moving on the outside to a virtual second place, and now making her way into the lead. Bit of a slip from Brain-Amour. She's going to have to look to get back on the horse and regain that speed if she wants to hold off Doak. 3 laps to go for Sarro, who's opening up a gap. Brain-Amour currently still holding down that second position, looking to skate a good defensive track and hold off, but watch out for Jade Quevillon coming from fourth on the outside, building up the speed. Now going around Doak. We'll hear the bell, and these skaters looking to qualify a position into the semifinals, and it looks like a slip from Quevillon, and that will allow Courtney Sarro and Juliette Brain-Amour to unofficially qualify for the semifinals here at the Olympic Oval. So 8 total quarterfinals here. The top 4, first 4 quarterfinals are our top bracket quarterfinals. Those skaters will have the chance to move on to the semifinals. Qualification 2+0, and we've got a very tough heat here coming up. 3 skaters who are on last year's World Junior team. Allison Charles, wearing the blue helmet cover number 3. She's our current leader this weekend in the overall classification. Danae Blais right now in second. She's in 5th overall this weekend so far, and needing some big points today to move up. Rosalie Tremblay has had a bit of a tough weekend so far, but not out of it. If she can put together a couple of podium positions this Sunday afternoon, she'll give herself a chance of the team. And rounding out our field in this second heat is Megan Boudria in the Quebec provincial team suit. So it's Boudria, Tremblay, and on the outside, 500 and 1500 meter junior champion for this year, Allison Charles. Continues to look very comfortable. She competed at the Fall World Cup trials for the senior national team this year, finishing in 8th place, a very strong showing for her, and she continues to show why she was in that position. Danae Blais working on the outside. It's an all-important quarterfinal. Boudria trying to hold her off, but it looks like Blais has got the speed to move around her. So it is Charles and Blais now, with Boudria in 3rd, Tremblay in 4th as they take the bell. 9.4 second lap for Charles. And at the line, Allison Charles unofficially and comfortably ahead of Danae Blais. Those 2 skaters will advance to our semifinal. So we move into our third of 4 top bracket heats. Hayden Meyer DJing today in the Olympic Oval, keeping the crowd bebopping, toes tapping, singing along. Of course, we're trying to have fun here at the Olympic Oval too. In this race, 4 skaters. Renee Steenge wearing helmet cover number 1. Helmet cover number 2 is Sabrina Paul. Helmet cover number 3 is Leah Tessier. And rounding out this field, helmet number 4 is Leah Chamalon-Dusty. 2 skaters in this race ranked high in the standings. Steenge in 2nd, Tessier in 4th at the moment. Lots to play for still. Tessier leads Steenge. Steenge was the winner of all 4 distances at the national qualifier a few weeks ago in Chicoutimi, and she is now in the lead. Now moving from 4th to 3rd is Sabrina Paul, and now she moves from 3rd to 2nd, making her way through the pack. But Tessier doesn't waste any time passing back. Steenge looking very comfortable in front, doing exactly what she's done most of this weekend, and skating in a powerful manner, controlled as well, and tactically strong. But Paul and Tessier now closing the gap. Steenge going to have to put on a little bit of an acceleration as 2 skaters go down. That was Sabrina Paul trying to make a pass on the inside, taking out Tessier. Those 2 skaters go down. Steenge will round the bend. Comfortably finished in 1st, unofficially advancing with Leah Chamalon-Dusty. Both Tessier and Paul are now on their feet and working their way around, making sure that they finish off their laps so that they can be advanced if the referees decide an advancement is appropriate. We'll get a chance to look at that replay there. Paul getting inside, but then looking like she just tried to turn too hard. Her blade grabbing the ice, popping in the air as both of them go down. Get another look at the replay here from a different angle. See Paul come in, the arm, Tessier come out. There you see Paul blowing a tire there. There are limits to physics, of course, and you can only turn so hard on these long blades. Referees now conferring at center ice. See what the appropriate action will be in this case. Never like to see crashes in short track, but it is a part of the sport after all. Head referee Jackie Shoebridge making her way over to take a look at the video replay. As the Olympic Oval track stewards make sure that the ice is in top condition. So in the previous race, no penalty was awarded, but Leah Tessier of Quebec will advance to the next round. So no penalty in the previous race. However, advancement of Leah Tessier. Our last heat in the top bracket of the women's quarterfinals. Claudia Gagnon, Claudia Heaney, Catherine Mailloux, and Camille Belay. Gagnon, currently the top-ranked skater in this one. Claudia Heaney, also up there, currently ranked 11th. Bit of a slow pace to start this race. Talking about strategy earlier, 1,000 meters can either go out quite quickly, as something we see often on the World Cup, or a bit slower, but pace never stays slow for long, and now the pace is picked up as Claudia Gagnon. It's an outside pass, moving into the lead. Catherine Maillot, présentement en deuxième place. Camille Blais en troisième. Heaney of Ontario in fourth. Now it's Blais sur l'extérieur, mais Claudia Gagnon continue de mener cette course avec 3 tours et demi à faire. Heaney par l'intérieur dépasse Maillot, prend la troisième place. Maintenant, Heaney essaie encore à l'intérieur, mais n'est pas capable de passer Blais. 2 tours à faire. Claudia Gagnon et Camille Blais, 1-2. Heaney, en troisième position. Est-ce qu'elle sera capable d'effectuer un dépassement dans le dernier tour de piste? Regarde à l'intérieur, mais la portée fermée et à la ligne d'arrivée, ça sera Claudia Gagnon en première place. Deuxième place, Camille Blais. Toutes les deux des patineurs de Québec. Et se qualifieront non officiellement pour les demi-finales qui aura lieu un peu plus tard ce matin, ici à l'anneau olympique. So now we move on to the bottom group, the female 1,000 meters. Bottom bracket skaters are competing for a place in the E and F semifinals. The skaters, Roxane Baudry, not starting this race as she was penalized in the previous round. So, Maud Tremblay, Juliette Grenier, and Flavie Laroche-Roy. Helmet covers number 1, 2, and 3. It's Juliette Grenier currently leading the race. Flavie Laroche-Roy in second. Maud Tremblay now moving on the outside. All skaters currently tight together as Flavie Laroche-Roy tries to move inside. Arms of Juliette Grenier out to protect that. Seeing a lot of arms this week as people are protecting their spots preciously. It's currently Maud Tremblay in the lead. Juliette Grenier second. Flavie Laroche-Roy winding it up, trying to build up some speed to execute a pass here. 3 laps to go. Lots of opportunities left, and there goes a first pass. Juliette Grenier moving into second, but quickly overtaken by Maud Tremblay. And with a bit of a mix there, skaters are now well spread apart. Flavie Laroche-Roy falling off the pace. Tremblay will take the bell. Grenier in second. Pace slowing down in her final lap. And at the line, Maud Tremblay takes this one unofficially. So in the previous race, we did have a penalty to helmet cover number 2, Juliette Grenier. Was penalized for impeding. That was Juliette Grenier, penalized for impeding. Four skaters in the line: Abby Young and Hiwan Son of Alberta, and Eliane Martin and Béatrice Delorme of Quebec. Two skaters skating here at the Olympic Oval, and the other two training in Quebec. And now it's the two Alberta skaters passing on the inside and the outside. Son and Young, 1 and 2, and moving on the outside, number 3, Eliane Martin. She's able to move one position up. Son now putting the pedal down a little bit. Moving ahead, holding a little bit of a gap between herself and the second place skater, Eliane Martin, who's currently having to keep her mind on who's in third, and Abby Young trying to pass her. Working on the outside, it is Young moving into second, so now the two Alberta skaters, followed by the two Quebec skaters, but don't count out Béatrice Delorme. Just over 1 lap to go, they take the bell, and there are 3 skaters together for 2 positions in these E and F semifinals. Son and Young coming into the line. Will be a tight finish, and it looks like will be Hiwan Son and Abby Young moving on to the next round. And of course, when I say moving on to the next round, I am talking about moving on for these skaters to the E or F semifinals. We hear the whistle from the starter, who calls the skaters to the start line. 3 skaters here. This third race. Anne Boutreau-Alexandre, Ariel Paquet, and Marianne Gay. These 3 skaters, all from Quebec, as you can see on the outside of their left legs there. So a relaxed early pace here, just 12.8 seconds for that last lap. Knocking a second off that, Ariel Paquet down to 11.8 seconds. Now a pass on the inside by Boutreau-Alexandre. Her long hair flowing behind her. She picks up the pace with 4 laps to go. Currently, Boutreau-Alexandre, Paquet, and Marianne Gay, 1, 2, 3, as it says on their helmet cover numbers. 2 laps to go. Looks like Marianne Gay is trying hard to make something happen in this race with 1 lap to go. Will she be able to pull the trigger on a pass? Looks like at the line it will be too little too late. And Boutreau-Alexandre takes this one from Ariel Paquet. 1:43.8 seconds is the unofficial time for Boudreau Alexandre. So we find ourselves at our final quarterfinal for the ladies 1,000 meters moving day here at the Olympic Oval. Our final day of competition in the Canadian Junior Championships. So we are picking our World Junior Championship team this weekend. We're underway here in our last race. 4 skaters on the line. Alison Saunier currently in the lead. Maggie Bénin currently in third. Mika Sun of Ontario skating with the Toronto club, jumping into the lead. And Ariane Bourget, who now finds herself in second. Bénin moving into the lead, but passed by her Ontario teammate. A bit of a bobble there between Bourget and Bénin, which allows Saunier to come through into second. Smart, attentive move there. Short track is as much about planning and execution as it is about reaction. Got to be able to execute a plan, but you've also got to be able to react to whatever happens in front of you. It's one of the key parts of this sport, and one of the parts that makes it attractive to so many people is that it is unpredictable. And the best skaters are those who are able to find their way through the fog of war, if you will. So we currently have Ariane Bourget leading Alison Saunier, Sun and Bénin following closely behind, and Bénin moving into third. Bourget continues to fight hard in front. Saunier defending her second position as they take the bell. 1 lap to go. Bit of a click of skates between our two leaders here, allowing Bénin to close that gap. And whoa, good finish there. Looks like Bénin managed to get her toe out in front of Alison Saunier at the line. Of course, those results are official, but we're unofficial. We'll get a good look at the replay here. We slow it down, and we see that, yes, in fact, it's fairly clear. Maggie Bénin with a nice finish at the line there. So Ariane Bourget and Maggie Bénin unofficially move on to the top 2 bottom bracket semifinals. And we are ready to move on to the top bracket of the men's 1,000 meters. These are some of the most important races of the day right here. It's going to be an exciting first quarterfinal. Marco Schumann, Vince Bedard, Alexander Hale, and David Larue. Schumann, favorite here at the Olympic Oval, representing Alberta. The other 2 of the other skaters representing Quebec. Alexander Hale representing Ontario. So Larue and Bedard representing Quebec. Slow start to this race. First lap was 17.2 seconds, and now Schumann picking up the pace slightly. Larue passing up on Schumann. Hale moving into third, not wanting to be stuck at the back for too long. Schumann quickly moving into the front. His coach Al McElveen giving him the okie dokie signal. Schumann continues to lead, progressively building the pace up. Here comes David Larue. Hale now jumping into second. Schumann defending his position. Bit of contact there, and allows Vince Bedard to move from fourth into second. Schumann jumping into second place with a nice inside pass, but Larue continues to lead. 2 laps to go, and it is Schumann now opening up a gap between the third place skater and himself, but Hale has not said his last word, and he is coming hard with the bell. Larue in the lead. Schumann gonna have to be tight at the line. It's going to be a close finish here as they come to the line, and it looks like the long legs of Alexander Hale. Schumann not happy with that as he ran into Larue. Half a lap to go. Bit of contact there between Hale and Schumann early on in the race, which allowed Bedard to move up. Larue calmly in the lead. And we watch here with half a lap to go. Schumann protecting a spot, but he loses a bit of speed as he runs into Larue. Goes deep. Has to come across the line, but Alexander Hale with those lanky legs reaches out. My goodness, that was close, but the reaction of Hale and Schumann tells the story there. Hale with his fist pumping and Marco pounding his legs. So unofficially it will be David Larue and Alexander Hale in second as they will move on to the semifinals. So we move into our second top bracket quarterfinal. Again, 4 skaters on the line. Felix Chamain, first on the line. Brendan Yamada, second. Maxime Raymond Chitaya, third. And Guillaume Dion, fourth. Chitaya currently sitting in second place overall. Chamain sitting in 6th place, the overall right now, and he's leading our race. Chitaya sensing around what's happening. Now Chitaya on the inside. Moving up. Pace lightly picking up, 9.5 seconds for the last race. Now Chitaya deciding to turn the screws a little bit. 9.0 second lap. Tight packed together. Yamada still in this race along with Dion. Pace continues to pick up. Chitaya opening up a slight gap on Chamain. Chamain hoping to keep his anchor set in him as they come around with 1.5 laps to go. Brendan Yamada, can he set something up as they take the bell? Chamain looks over his right shoulder to check if anyone's ready to pass, keeping his track tight as Chitaya, and they'll come to the line, and it looks like it will be Maxime Raymond Chitaya 1, Felix Chamain 2, and unofficially those two will qualify for the top semifinals. Moving into our third quarterfinal here. 2 more spots available in the top semifinals. Gibson Aimbo, Charlton Nadeau, Marc-Olivier Lemay, and Francis Dumichel in this race. Should be an exciting race. Lemay moving quietly on the outside. Aimbo watching him now. 4 skaters wide across the straight away, and Imbo is moved back into fourth, now into third. LeMay leading the overall standings right now, and he is currently in the lead. Dumichel in second. Moving on the inside is Chalitsen Neto, having a good battle with Gibson Imbo, who shoulders his way into third place. Neto going wide. LeMay continuing to slowly accelerate the pace. 3.5 laps to go. LeMay still continuing to lead. Dumichel in second. Imbo of Ontario in third. Imbo is going to have to really put down the gas here if he wants to move on to the top bracket semifinals. Going and getting a 2 in, putting his left on the apex and risking it all here. Dumichel getting a nice deep track to defend against him, but Imbo going on the inside, shoulder to shoulder. Imbo with a tight inside pass on Dumichel. With 1 to go, and LeMay cruising to the line, and it looks like Imbo will grab second place. LeMay comfortably and unofficially taking the win. Imbo in second place. Good race there by the boys. One more race for our top bracket. Quarterfinals in the men's 1,000 meters. As we see some of the replays from that last race. Track stewards getting the track ready to go, putting down the water, squeegeeing off the old water, changing up the tracks. We've got fresh ice for these 4 skaters in our last top bracket quarterfinals. Bill Kempers blows his whistle, bringing the skaters to the line, and I will now introduce to you Vincent Girard, skating out of the Olympic Oval, but originating from Quebec. Jordan Pierre-Gilles, our winner in the 500 meters yesterday, second on the line. Alexis Marceau, third, and Marc-Antoine LeMay rounding out this field. 4 skaters are off, and we have a clean start. Clean but slow start. Jill jumping inside Girard, along with Marceau. LeMay now leading it out. Girard working in the back. Girard, the tall skater from Quebec, winding it up on the outside. The pace quickly picking up in this race. Girard trying on the outside, but no dice as Gilles responds. Girard turning a bit of that speed into good and moving into third. But Marceau trying to do it. Girard now sliding with a sneaky pass into second. And LeMay goes down. Could have been some contact there, but Girard now in second. Marceau working behind him. Gilles continuing to look strong. He was the winner of the 1,000 meters at the Intercontinental Invitational here at the Olympic Oval back in October. And showing why he is a good 1,000-meter skater, not afraid to lead and put it on the line. Girard second, Marceau working hard in third. Girard holding a nice tight track. A bit of a slip there as he hits a puck. He loses some speed. Marceau trying to work on the outside. Girard trying to hold on as they take the bell. He manages to close the door on Marceau, and Jordan Pierre-Gilles continuing to lead as they come into the final corner. A good race there, Jordan Pierre-Gilles, with a convincing, nearly a wire-to-wire win. Vincent Girard helping the block chasers out by picking up that block, and he'll unofficially qualify to the next round. You see the replay here. Girard managed to sneak his way in. Bit of a bump there between Girard, Marceau, and LeMay, with LeMay going down. We'll get another look at this. Girard just sort of seeing an opportunity, getting in there. Looked fairly clean. Looked like the contact may have actually been between LeMay and Marceau, but nevertheless, head referee Jackie Shoebridge, along with her assistant Jacques Grégoire, will take a look at this and make sure that everything was done according to the rules. Saw the good defense there as well by Vincent Girard. So that concludes our top bracket. Men's racing, still waiting on an official decision from the referees. Jackie Shoebridge signals that there will be no call in the previous race, so Jordan Pierre-Gilles and Vincent Girard qualify for the top bracket semifinals. And we move into our bottom bracket. Men's 1,000 meters, these skaters looking for positions in the E and F semifinals. 3 skaters, 2 from New Brunswick, Roger Fulton and Seamus Smith. Charles Emile, Jelena Dion currently in 3rd, but wearing helmet cover number 1. Jackson Hunter, of course, not starting today. He is injured. We wish him well and hope that he is back on his skates sooner rather than later. So for now, we have the 2 Fredericton skaters. Skaters not really skating fast at all and standing up quite tall. Now it is the Quebec skater Jelena Dion in the lead. Five laps to go here. Quebec skater leading the 2 New Brunswickers. And on the outside, Seamus Smith. And he goes down as he makes some contact with Jelena Dion. Fulton and Jelena Dion now have decided that they do not need to race too hard as the qualification is 2+0. So the pace is slowed right down from 9.5 to 10.6. I expect the next lap may even be slower than that. 1 to go, 11.2 seconds. The pace continues to drop. These 2 skaters know they are assured of a spot in one of the top 2 bottom bracket semifinals. Seamus Smith finishing off his laps. Get the signal that there will be no call in that race. Looks like we'll see the replay here. Smith on the outside. You can see him passing here. He just comes in a little bit too tight. Maybe starts his turn a little early. Bumps the skater Jelena Dion. Loses contact with his blade on the ice. One of the best in the world at doing that type of outside pass and staying wide is Chae Min Jun, the 2016 Women's World Champion. Shinky Connect, also very adept at doing outside passes where you stay wide enough to avoid any contact. In doing so, you also keep your speed high, which is an important factor considering you are traveling a greater distance on the outside. So something we can learn from doing video analysis. Three more bottom bracket quarterfinals to come. Skaters in these bottom semifinals are lower down in the rankings, no longer in the picture probably for an overall World Junior spot. Picture starting to become more clear as we move through the weekend. On the men's side, among the top few skaters, among the top 6 skaters, all moving on to the top semifinals, except for Marco Schumann, who is outshot at the line by Alexander Hale, so tough one for him. On the women's side, Most of the top women moving on as well, including our leader so far, Allison Charles, Renee Steensch, Courtney Saro. Those top three all moving on to the top semifinals. Leah Tessier was advanced. Danae Blais also moving on. Claudia Gagnon, Juliette Brain-Amour also into that top semifinals. So top 7 women all qualifying through. So they all have a chance to make this team. Three skaters on the line for this bottom group. Men's 1,000 meters second quarterfinal. Julien Armand, Simon Daudelin, and Tommy Hamelin-Lebrec. A second false start here. So Tommy Hamelin-Lebrec, penalty for the double false start. So now with just 2 skaters, Armand and Daudelin, Mitchell Schrum scheduled to be in this race but not starting because he was penalized in an earlier round. So both of these skaters, provided they do not impede each other or break any other rules and get a penalty, they will advance to one of the top semifinals in the bottom bracket, that being the E or F semifinals. Now Armand going around the outside, picking up the pace. Daudelin seemingly not willing to respond to that attack. Jessica Hewitt, coach of Julien Armand, taking some lap times over in the coach's box. Actually, I believe Hewitt is the coach of both of these skaters. Jessica Hewitt, Olympic silver medalist in Sochi, now retired. Student of geography, Concordia University in Montreal. And also coach at the Montreal Gadbois Club. So as we come around, 1 lap to go for Armand. Daudelin relaxing behind, saving his energy for later today, and it will be Armand crossing first, Daudelin second. That puts an end to that race. So we're back to 4-person race here. Jacob Savard, Drake Food, Nicolas Perrault, and Paul Coder underway. Currently in the lead is Jacob Savard, followed by Paul Coder, who's changed up his suit after a fall in the last race. Got a dry one, now racing in the Alberta Provincial Team suit. Drake Foo looking on the inside, but no dice as Jacob Savard shutting him down. Working in the back with a very late but clean double inside pass by Nicolas Perrault. So it's Savard, Perrault, Coder, and Foo. 3.5 laps to go. And continues to be Savard working hard in front. Perrault in second. Coder closing down and looking to try and set something up here, and he does move by Perrault into second place. Blocks go flying. Savard pushing hard in the front to maintain his position. They take the bell. It's Savard, Coder, and Perrault. Foo off the back. More blocks go flying as Coder catches the skates of Savard, but no harm, no foul, and here's Savard and Coder will unofficially qualify. Despite his third place there, a nice pass by Nicolas Perrault. Built up his speed well, saw an opening and went for it. Always good to see a nice double inside pass. So with that, we move on to our final quarterfinal in the bottom bracket. 4 skaters, 3 from Quebec, 1 from Ontario, Jean-Sébastien Beaune, Jérôme Pedersen-Coulombe, and Antoine Gagnon-Lamarche. Pedersen-Coulombe, another skater, coached by Jessica Hewitt. So they get underway. I also see in the coach's box wearing that red hoodie is Erika Husar, former Hungarian national team member. Hungarian men won the relay today in the World Cup in Korea ahead of Canada. Hungarian team's second win so far this season on the World Cup circuit in the relay. Become one of the strongest teams in the world in that manner. Canada having a decent weekend, finishing second. As we bring it back into this arena here, we see Adrian Rudy fighting for a position on the outside, moving into the lead. He's now leading Antoine Gagnon-Lamarche, who's ahead of Bold, and Pedersen-Coulombe in the back. Rudy winding the pace up. 4 laps to go, 9.4 second lap. Lamarche closing down the gap quickly, both hands on his back, looking very comfortable, and into the lead he goes with a sharp inside pass. And now on the inside, looking on the inside, Bolden giving some speed to Rudy, who manages to turn that into an inside pass, and now Bolden moving into second. Lamarche falling back to fourth. Pedersen-Coulombe moves into second. Bolden trying to pass Rudy on the inside, but no dice as they take the bell. Will we have any final action at the line? No change in position. Adrian Rudy and Jean-Sébastien Beaune. 1-2, unofficially qualifying. That wraps up our quarterfinals as we look at that replay of an interesting pass there by Adrian Rudy, who took the speed given to him by Beaune behind him. Getting by. Take a lunch break now, so we'll be back at 12:49 Mountain Standard Time. That's 2:49 for those of you in Quebec. 3:49 for those in in New Brunswick. And we will be back with the semifinals in 1,000 meter for both the men and women. So join us then, 12:49.